everybody. Welcome back. We are into the black. I'm your host, Heather Cox of Heather Cox Codes. I'm super excited about this conversation because there has been a lot of shit going down in regards to Google and search and AI. So this week's episode, we are going to be talking about artificial intelligence, AI, and search engine optimization, or search, right? And I know I have done a previous episode about artificial intelligence. That was part 1. I also did another episode on search engine optimization, and I did touch on both a little bit on each episode. But I mean, with all the stuff that's happening with Google and all of the things happening with ChatGPT, I mean, I think it just needs to be its own episode. So today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence and search engine optimization. This is going to be such a cool episode because we're going to be doing like twofold in regards to what we're going to be talking about, right? So we're going to be talking about how to use AI in regards to search engine optimization, but also what is the landscape changes and how AI is being used by search and search engines, and also AI turning into a search engine. So there's 3 parts to this. So it's going to be such a great conversation. Last week's episode was with Bob Warburton of USA House Solutions. Thank you so much for coming on. The next episode, I believe after this one, is going to be with Robbie Jester of Ingest Catering and Events. He's also like the owner of Pizza Mariana and executive chef over at, I'm sorry if I fucked this up, Blue Kitty. And then he's also was on, tons of shows like Beat Bobby Flay and, Grocery Games and, Chopped. And he won, the pressure cooker show on Netflix. So check that out. But he'll be on next week. But today we are talking about, search engine optimization and artificial intelligence. Oh, let's slow it down for a second. We must be mindful. We must be demure when we talk about what is going on. So the other day, Google came out with a core update to their search, and they are going to be prioritizing the more organic created websites. Those who optimize for the algorithm and not those who try to beat it with over optimized, black hatting items, which I mean, they have been doing already. But, this core update definitely is going to be utilizing a lot of different other things that haven't been utilized before, including AI. Now, Google just expanded their new, Google AI descriptions. And I don't know if everybody knows what this is, but when you go to Google, if you go to google.com and you type in a search query, so let's say we are going to look up, health tips for when you wake up in the morning. And, how long you should stay in bed, if you need to stretch, how much water you should drink in the morning. I don't know, shit like that. But let's say that you're searching for that and you go to Google and you search for that. Well, Google now scrapes the internet for that information and then takes its AI and then summarizes the answer that you are looking for, which I find, I don't know if everybody's seen all of the different videos over on TikTok, but, and screenshots of people asking and asking Google a question or a search query and it coming back with some bonker ass answers, like crazy answers. And that's why I really think that they are going to be prioritizing blogs and websites and pages and posts that actually give you the answer to what you're looking for while doing it organically and not keyword stuffing or creating, or putting text in white at the bottom with a shit ton of keywords or, spammy backlinks or, what have you. They're not going to prioritize that anymore. So, and then on top of this core update, which I find very fascinating. There's this unknown glitch happening with Google, and it has nothing, they're saying that it has nothing to do with the core update, and it's a separate issue, and that they have figured out what that issue is, and they're working on it to fix it. But I mean, like, it seems a little a little sus that, you know, they did this core update, and then there's issues with ranking, search rankings apparently. So you could SEO the shit out of your website, and now this glitch that is happening on Google could be basically dropping your ranking. And Google will not guarantee ranking. Google will not say, oh, well, I was in first page, but now with this glitch, it dropped me down to, you know, the second page, and like, they're not going to fix it for you. So we are just at the mercy of these companies, and Google is a company. Google's a company. And I believe they actually just were slapped with some lawsuit or some outcome saying that they are a monopoly. So I find that really interesting as well. And I wonder what's going to happen with that. I wish I had my phone. I could look it up now, but we'll look it up later. But I did, when that came out, I was like, this is going to be interesting because, I mean, yes, Google kind of is the go-to for search, but I believe that is starting to change, and thank you, Lord, because I do believe that, you know, we are at the mercy of Google search, and if you are putting ad dollars behind it or sponsored posts or sponsored ads at the top, I mean, I am an organic girly. I never click on those things ever. You will never see me click on a sponsored link at the top of a Google search. Never, 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 never. And there are tons of people just like me. But I'm really happy that the way that we are searching has now changed. Now, granted, there's a subset of people who are never going to change how they search. Never. There's also a subset of people who will not trust any other way to search, which I find interesting. Because if you use AI to search, which is where I'm going with this, people don't trust the output that it's giving you. You may ask it for information, but then it spits out false information. It may even make up information. And then when you ask it for a source, it will even give you it will write a fake ass link. It's ChatGPT's over here just lying and gaslighting everybody. But you know, the shift in change and AI and search, this is where it was always headed. And yes, there will always be a subset of people who will always use Google to search for things. Shit, I'll even go to my phone. Granted, that's not technically Google, isn't it? Because if I'm searching, I guess it is. Because it's like, if I'm searching with Safari, I'm not searching with Chrome. But like, I'll just go in the browser and like type in a keyword in my Safari browser. And then like stuff will pop up. Is that Google? I think so. Because then it's like, I have to toggle it on. So yeah, I have to toggle between, is it Google or something else? But, you know, I sometimes do that. I'll just go, I'm like, okay, I need a quick answer. But sometimes I don't find that quick answer. And I'm like sitting there scrolling through link. And I'm like, I can't find this freaking answer. So I have resorted to using ChatGPT as a search engine. Now, ChatGPT is not connected to Google. ChatGPT is connected to Bing. And I am a Bing girly. I've always been a Bing girly. One of the reasons why I'm a Bing girly is because it's shorter to type. google.com. 10 words, 10 letters to type in to get to Google. But Bing, it's BING.com. So it's 2 less. It saves you 2 seconds of time. But it's also, Bing has always been the search engine for organic results, will always be the search engine of Google results. Or excuse me, organic. See, we are just like so, we are so just conditioned to say Google. I'm going to Google it. No, we're going to search it. I've always used Bing.com for my organic search. If I wanted to find something that I knew I needed to find organically, I'm going to go to Bing.com. And interestingly enough, ChatGPT is now connected to Bing.com. So if you have ChatGPT 4 and you pay for premium, I think if you don't even pay for premium, I pay for premium, so I have not tested it in a hot minute. But you put into ChatGPT and you can ask it, like, research this, and it will find information and spit out information for you and give you backlinks. Now it's gotten a lot better. It's gotten so much better at the resource links, let me tell you. So I was helping my sister, Melissa, do some content research in regards to music festivals in the United States. And so I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, I want you to use Bing.com to research the top 15 music festivals in the United States. And I said, and provide resource links. And it came back to me with information. And I even asked it to find email addresses, and it kind of did. So there's a whole subset of people now who are using ChatGPT and AI for search. And that is why I believe Google added that whole AI search summary at the top. Because they want to get in on the AI. They obviously have. They have their own Gemini, right? But they want to stay ahead of everybody else using AI for search. They also want to keep you on their platform. Google's a business. The longer that you stay on that platform, the more eyeballs are on that link, the higher the domain authority is, and the more they're able to sell. So I wonder what the Google rank is. It's probably like if you just type in search engines, like I wonder what pops up. Because I mean, there's like DuckDuckGo, which is like 0 cookies, like no ad spend, nothing. That is like the most organic, and also they don't track you on DuckDuckGo. Bing is the most organic, but Google is like the big head honcho. But yeah, just the shift, and I know Google sees the shift. And I know they are feeling the shift. Because first was the shift from using Google search and the normal search. I don't know, does anybody use yahoo.com anymore for search? I don't know. Sound off in the comments. What search engine do you use? But, you know, I just find it interesting because they know what's happening. And so the first shift was to social media search. Now, for everybody who does not know, there's social media search engine optimization. And I would like to clear this up for everybody. And I want everybody to really understand this point. If you have a link, if there's any type of link on a website, from a image URL link to a link to a newsletter, because, you know, like when you send out a newsletter and it's like, can you not read this in your inbox? Click here to view it on browser. That's a link. That's a link that can be optimized. Anything that has a link, your blog, your Tumblr, your Reddit, your Scoop It, your Pinterest, your Clubhouse bio link, anything that has a link can be optimized as long as there's content on it to optimize. You cannot optimize just a domain. I mean, you could, I guess, through like the back end stuff on like the back end of like, I don't know, the DNS and the name servers, and like you really can't, because there's really like no content for the domain to grab onto. That's why GoDaddy will like have like a parked page, like, hey, coming soon, because it needs data to be on the domain to even do anything. So that's why like forwarding domains, like they get a little bit of SEO juice, but not a lot, because they're just forwarding to another domain. And so, you know, and I'm thinking now that I say it, you know, that individual domain That one that does not have any content may not get that good SEO hit, but I know that main domain that you're forwarding will get that good SEO hit. I'm going off on a tangent. I'm sorry. But it is so important to diversify your social media and diversify your social media search engine optimization. But social media search engine optimization exists. Anything link exists. Anything that has a link, there's optimization for it. So make sure that you're optimizing for social media, because there are subsets of people who are searching, going away from Google for search and going to social media. Perfect case in point, TikTok. People want to see actual people using a product. So that's why product search is so huge over there. And that's why it was a natural progression of TikTok to add the TikTok shop, because people want to hear about the results and talk about the product. And, you know, there are tons of bots. I mean, hello, with the FTC just coming out saying that like buying bot reviews, bot followers is a no bueno. Anybody can write fake reviews now. But with TikTok shop and TikTok search, people could see results right then and there. My podcast microphone, I didn't go to Google. You think I went to Google? I went to TikTok. I was like, I'm going to find the best podcast mic. And I got myself a Rode, R-O-D-E, whatever, mic for podcasting. I went to, well, my sister told me about these Shure mics. Shout out to Melissa. And there's a cat hair on my microphone. Oh my God, it keeps tickling me. It won't go away. There we go. So yeah, make sure that you're optimizing, because there's tons of people who are like not using Google anymore. They're using social media. But then there's a whole other subset of people now. First, it was the wave of social media becoming the search engine, and now it's the wave of AI becoming the search engine. Case in point, Search GPT. I'm on the wait list. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they let me in soon, in regards to the new, basically, search engine that ChatGPT has created. And it's specific for research and searching and keywords. So we need to start thinking about how we're optimizing our own content for these new AI searches. And that is why, you know, people may say that content is king, video is queen, you know, whatever. But copy is like emperor. Because the way that search engines work are through data, the ones and zeros. Now, you know, I could literally write a sentence in ones and zeros. I could take the alphabet and I could say, hello, I'm Heather Cox, and put that in a ones and zeros generator. And it will spit out ones and zeros of what I said. Hi, I am Heather Cox. It's the data, however you want to say it, the data. It's however you want to say it. That is the most important part of your website. That's why like a lot of these like shit websites that have like no images still rank. It's just like all text information, because like it's a shit ton of copy and it's gonna like rank you. It's gonna outrank anybody who does not have text on their website. And that is why text is so important on your website, on the front end of it, on your pages, letting people know exactly who you are, what you do, who you serve, your services, your offerings, your products, whatever. Text, copy, text, copy. Because these web crawlers are grabbing that information. That is why alt text and descriptions and titles are all so important on images, because it's literally not looking at an image. Now Google wouldn't be looking at an image. It just reads the alt text. But I will say AI can scan an image and extract data from an image. I do it all the time. If I have an event coming up for a client and they give me this like flyer of event, you think I'm sitting there and just like typing it and like transcribing it manually? No. Taking that flyer, putting it into ChatGPT, and I'm like, read this image and tell me the information. And then it gives me the information in text form. And then I can take that text and then I can do whatever I want with it. put it in a caption, do whatever, because it's like we need the text. So text is very important on your website, especially when it comes to AI search. Also, and I know this because I am actively using AI for search. I am also using AI to optimize my website for AI search. See how I did that there? That's what I'm saying. There's 3 different conversations that we are going to be having here today. One, talking about what the hell is going on with Google, everybody moving away from Google, using social media for search, now using AI for search, right? Now, how do we optimize for the AI search? Well, we got to make sure that we are hitting those organic fields. Literally, like, make the algorithm love you. I don't know what else to say. Like, people sit here and they're like, oh my God, like, I could sit here and I'm going to hack the algorithm and I'm going to keyword stuff and like, I'm going to beat the algorithm. I'm sorry. There is no way for you to beat the algorithm. I'm sorry. People who sit here and tell you that they can hack the algorithm, they know how the algorithm works, they are full of shit, and you deserve to get your money back, because that is not how this works. We are at the mercy of the algorithm. So we work with the algorithm. How do we work with the algorithm? We give the algorithm as much information as possible. So if you want to optimize your Facebook page, you're going to go over there and you're going to fill in every single field imaginable over there, from your about page to your info section to your impressum. You may not even know what an impressum is. Go over to Google, go over to ChatGPT and ask what a Facebook impressum is. And then that will give you a way to optimize. But that is how you work with an algorithm. You fill in as much information as possible. And that is on using multiple different types of media. So text is the most important one, but the algorithm wants to see if you're well-rounded. We're not going to sit here and accept a one-trick pony. Okay? The algorithm's like, no, you could do a little better than that. So that's why text is important. Images are important. Optimizing those images for search is important. So even before you upload an image to your website, you need to make sure that you have a SEO title on that image, not a img257.jpg. Stop it. Nobody is somebody going to search an IMG? Is really everybody's like, give me that exact random ass title. Absolutely not. People are searching for actual keywords. Case in point, I was just on the Dark Mode podcast. Shout out to my girlie Jane Clark, my co-host. She and I were just talking about search engine optimization on the latest podcast. And I literally in real time went over to ChatGPT and I asked for it to find me 5 images of a burger in Delaware on images. And it literally gave me the website and the source in which the image came from and the alt text behind the image. Hi. We all need to start optimizing for search, but more importantly for AI search, because the AI search is going to be giving us the top results, the results that are optimized for AI. And everybody should do a test, to be honest. I've done this many times. I go over to ChatGPT, go over to Gemini, go over to whatever AI that you are using and ask it about yourself. I ask it all the time. Who is Heather Cox of Heather Cox Codes? Or who is Heather Cox of Delaware? Are you kidding me? If you are optimized, if you have so much data on your website, on social media, on media outlets, on YouTube, wherever, you will be prioritized in the AI search. And that's why it's so important to have your website and have everything well-rounded. Because it's not just searching your website, it's searching the entirety of the internet. Think about that. And you know, when it is searching the entirety of the internet, that really is reputation management. It really is. Because what if you have some shit ass headlines about yourself And then AI is picking up that information. And it's like, yeah, well, he was, convicted of money laundering in 2014. And like, that's going to come up in your AI search, bro. So you might want to reputation management, I think, is where this is. Social media is reputation management. Being online and your digital landscape is all about reputation management. And it's going to become more important with the AI search, because who wants to be called out via AI? Not me. But go ahead, test yourself. See exactly. And also go test other brands, man. Go look up Coca-Cola. Go look up Olipop. Go look up, go look up a brand that you really vibe with to see what AI says about them, because that is the organic AI search at work. And that is why we need to be really mindful of how we do our SEO on our website, on our social media, all of our digital assets. So we talked about Google, what the hell's happening over there with that glitch, which I know is pushing even more people to just find other solutions of search. But from social media to now AI search, to Google leaning into that AI search summary, which it's not great, but it's never going to be great at the jump. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be the best. It kind of needs to evolve a little bit. And then, utilizing AI, making sure that you are optimizing your shit so AI search can find you when you are using Google search, or when you are using Gemini search, I guess, or ChatGPT search. And the new search GPT is coming out. If you search, if you go to Google and you search GPT, the first article that will pop up is from OpenAI. You can join the wait list. I've joined the wait list. We'll see what happens. I'm super stoked. I've been using ChatGPT for search since search was added, and even before then, because there is this app called forefront.ai, and forefront.ai was connected to the internet before anybody else was. So shout out to you guys, even though I don't use you guys anymore, because now ChatGPT connects to Bing. So optimize your stuff for SEO, for the AI searches, because that's so important. But now the third thing we're going to talk about is actually using AI to help you optimize for AI search. So now we're to the piece where it's like, okay, now we're going to utilize AI to help us get ranking and better copy, right? So let's talk about like a page about apples, right? Shout out to Charlie XCX. Going to go seeing her in September in Baltimore. And so she has this great song, Apples. I love it so much. There's a viral dance to it. I can't even. Anyway, so the search that you need to use AI to help optimize for AI search. And I know that's it's like reverse engineering a little bit, right? So let's take a page about apples and you're trying to sell apples. And so what you're going to do is, okay, let's say you're selling apples in Delaware. So your page is about selling apples in Delaware. Well, that's your keyword, apples in Delaware. If I'm looking for apples in Delaware, I'm going to search apples in Delaware. Granted, I already know where to go for apples in Delaware. I go to Milburn Orchards. Shout out. I think they're in Maryland, but like hop, skip, and a jump. But if I'm looking specifically for apples in Delaware, I'm going to want to make sure that my page is optimized for people to find the apples in Delaware. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize AI. So we have our keyword, apples in Delaware. We have our copy and our website page. What we're going to do is we're going to take that copy that talks about your delicious green and red apples that are scrumdiddlyumptious that you need to come by immediately. And it is organic and pesticide free and all of the information on your page. What you're going to do is you're going to copy that. You're going to then put that into ChatGPT and you're going to tell it, take this keyword, apples in Delaware, and add it seamlessly into my copy of my website. And now it is optimized for a keyword of apples in Delaware. Now you can go further with it and you're like, okay, now write me an optimized title that will attract Delawareans to my apple stand. using the keyword apples in Delaware. Boom. It will give you that optimized title. But let's go a step further. So now we're going to ask it, okay, I now need an optimized meta description and an optimized meta title. Now, the title of your blog or your page is completely different than your meta title. Your meta title could be even more optimized than your original title. You can have them both the same. That's totally fine. But you can totally go one step further and go a little crazier. So now you want to make sure that you put it in there. You say, I need an optimized meta description under 100 characters for my apples in Delaware page using the apples in Delaware keyword. Boom. Now, I could do this all from here. I've been doing SEO for 15 years. This is how I started. Crazy because the other day, yesterday on Dark Mode, we actually were talking about platform picks. And that's a completely different episode from the AI one. But we were talking about, and we were looking back because Jane said that she looked back and like she's been doing websites for like almost 20 years instead of 15. And I look back and I've been doing it for almost like literally 15 because the one that I made back was like the first one was in like 2010. And it was this website that I made on Intuit. Oh my God. But I've been doing this and I SEO'd the shit out of that website too on Intuit. So I've been doing this for a hot minute and I could do it from my brain. I could be like, looking for apples in Delaware, look no further. Come out to ABC Apples and chomp today. SEO copy, meta description, boom, like that's done. But like for those who need help who don't speak in SEO and speak in copy like a psychopath, like you use AI, let it help you out. So we talked about Google and all the craziness going on with that and people moving away from traditional search. And I mean, that's for every traditional search from Bing to DuckDuckGo. I don't know about DuckDuckGo, to be honest with you. People who love DuckDuckGo, they don't want to go anywhere. But AI, Google and DuckDuckGo and Yahoo.com and Bing.com, the traditional way of searching, people are moving away from. And there are different options now that are actually more helpful, to be honest with you. Like I could be scrolling all day long through bullshit reviews of a podcast microphone, but I could just go to TikTok and see exactly what I need, a heartfelt review, and grab it on Amazon. Speed of implementation, I really think, is what is going to set people apart from their searches and their search queries and getting the information that they want. Because who wants to continuously scroll through endless links of information where then you got to click in and you got to sit there and you got to read it and then you probably don't even find your information and you got to go back out and you got to go find another link and you got to click that, make sure it's not even freaking spam, and then you got to go in there and read, and then do you find your information? I don't think so. But then there's like people who do search via YouTube, which they sit there and they watch like hour-long video on a subject, and I'm like, I just want the information now, bro. Like, just give me put it in and just give me the answer. I don't need to sit here and hear, the whole story about why your grandmother gave me this recipe from 3 decades ago. Like, I just want your recipe. Just start with the recipe first. And then if I really enjoy your recipe, I may want to go find out about your grandma. But right now, I just want the recipe. So I'm super stoked about the shifting of the landscape in regards to AI and search engine optimization. I really think it's going to help a lot of people get answers faster, but also kind of like shift through the bullshit, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, you cannot rely on Google rank alone anymore. You really do need to put in the work when it comes to search engine optimization and pertinent and correct information that people are actually looking for. So, this has been an awesome conversation. I've talked so much. Jeez Louise. But I could go on forever, but this has been such an awesome conversation about search engine optimization and AI, and make sure you go get on that list for the Search GPT that is coming out soon. I think I've knew a few people who have gotten access already, And hopefully soon I'll get access. And I'll be able to tell you more about this AI search. But again, just optimize your stuff now. Start now. Because it's just going to get harder and harder to get recognized by the AI. So search, optimize the shit out of your stuff. And that's everything from your social media to your website to your newsletters to whatever you have. Optimize, optimize, optimize. And my name is Heather Cox of Heather Cox Codes. If anybody needs any help with any search engine optimization, relating to AI search engine optimization, social media search engine optimization, search engine optimization on Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, I'm around. I'm available. Please get at me. You can email me at hello@heathercoxcodes.com. And I will talk to you all soon. Next week, Into the Black, we are here with Robbie Jester. It's going to be so freaking amazing. Such a great conversation. And he cracks me up so much. But you guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.